Hey, Jitters. Happy Friday. Hope you're having a good one. Dow Jones and Russel 2000 at all-time highs. Bitcoin's been chopping around, down 1%. But, kind of the story, I guess, is altcoins getting kind of wrecked. Some of them wrecked harder than others. But then, with Bitcoin kind of selling off and rallying, Engine's up 17%. Hex is up 6%. Litecoin, though, is pretty much the star of the show today, doing something very different than others. Just like you could know, like Insure and smaller cap coins may be easier to move the meter, but Litecoin being such a higher market cap coin, I think it's most notable that asset is up. At one point, it was up, I think, almost 12%, only up 8.73% right now, nearing that PCC of the bearish harmonic. But then we knew that was very, very close, right? You went up to $224, just $4 shy of the horizontal line resistance, the ice line, but also the pattern completion zone of the bearish cipher pattern. All right, so you're almost there, man. I mean, you probably get there, especially if Bitcoin keeps going, man. Like, who knows what's going to happen this weekend? The trend is very bullish, as you just saw. I mean, when we started the show with Bitcoin, you could see that uptrend here, and there's so much downside potential, and it would still remain in a very bullish midterm uptrend. I think it could go down to like 52K and would be fine still on Bitcoin. Of course, we don't want that or whatever, but it's not about what we want. It's about buyers and sellers. Okay, so at 228, that is where one could there could definitely be a reaction in price to the downside. It may not be much. It may paint a bull flag. It may just sell off. It could go back test 195 again before running to higher levels, or of course it could break it, and then there's the idea that the 886 could be the bear shark. But you'd think of the 786 here, it makes a lot more sense than it would have made on Bitcoin, because Bitcoin, when it was showing that 786 same thing, there was no historical resistance looking left like there is on Litecoin. Ethereum at the 78.6% retrace, there wasn't much. There wasn't even as much as Litecoin, but there was a little bit. And as you can see, Ethereum has certainly not achieved any price above a 78% retrace, the PCZ of the bearish cipher. So it's like Litecoin just catching up with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Obviously, look. It's like, oh, is it a bull flag? Well, I mean, it still is a bull flag. But at the same time, like right at the 786, you right at it lined up with some newly historical new resistance points between 1837 and 1870. You reverse there. You reverse there, consolidating, down sloping consolidation that's somewhat tight. It's not, it could have been a lot better, right? A lot more tight. So, like the best flags are the ones that are just barely down sloping. This one's maybe a little bit steeper. The steeper the consolidation, that means a little bit more distribution going on than if it was, the lower highs were much more insignificant, right? They were like much more closer together. So it's fine, man. I mean, it's really not that crazy. I don't think there's anything to worry about right now. You just flip the chart over though, and it does make you kind of be like, what? Yeah, exactly. Don't feed the wolf. I created this meme today on Ethereum. All right. Some of y'all will think it's funny, and some of y'all will be like, what is that? So, right, you're at the pattern completion zone of a bearish reversal harmonic, but you're now bull flagging, bull flagging. So it's like this. It's like the sweating button guy. So on one button, it's down sloping channel at PCZ of bearish cipher, and then the other button's the bull flag at PCZ of said bearish cipher. No, I think he redid it or something. It said like bull flag on this button, bull flag, and then on this one it was, bearish cipher PCZ. I don't know. Like he definitely changed it, some sort. I think so. Anyway, that's what you gotta ask the question. I mean, will the overall bull trend just make the PCZ be bullish consolidation before it breaks out and runs to, I think 2200 was the measured move? Or will this be it? Is this going to usher in the absolute reversal in the whole trend or something? Because it's happened before in history. Whoops. Dang. Like, flip the chart over, it's like, wow. If you were in a big downtrend and you showed this pattern, definitely going to be, my eyes are going to be looking at it like, what? That could be a reversal of maybe the trend for a while, but again, maybe not. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if Bitcoin just keeps going and breaks all-time highs, you think this is going to break out with Bitcoin eventually? And that's another reason I was saying earlier in Patreon, that's why reversal trade setups are so much better than continuation trade setups, right? Because you're, like, if you were trying to take a long on this bull flag, okay, it's just not as easy to size up and manage risk as it would be taking a long down here, right at like 1420 area, because you've just run up 78% from your previous high and you've completed an XABCD. So there would be value perceived potentially for short sellers, not longs, right? If you flip the chart over, right, you have a big run up and then you sell off 78% sale on Bitcoin or on Ethereum for longs, right, in the inverted chart. And then that's what these mean, 78% sale for bears, right, for people who would like to go short on this. So that's what's making it tough, right? You would be taking longs at value. You'd actually be paying a little bit of premium going long here. But Rudy Poo bull market could just continue on, as we would hope for, right? I mean, you think about it. What if it becomes it could turn into a shark if bids come in, right? The shark could take you all the way to 113% retrace. What's 113% retrace? I mean, that's pretty close to the bull pull bull flag measured move. 113% retrace is that PCZ. And so if you just measure, we're just screwing around here, man. It's Friday. What do you got a problem, dude? Like with us just messing around and having fun? I mean, depending on how you measure, which some people do measure from the bottom of the flag, whatever. I mean, that's pretty close. Pretty close. Both could happen, man. How about that? What if both happened? Anyway, I don't know. You get it, dude. Screw around. 41 minutes till your daily candle close on Bitcoin. Yesterday was the highest candle close of all time. Seems like we're going to be a little short of that unless something miraculous happens. But look at this on the daily. And we've been monitoring yesterday, and all we said was Bitcoin just needs to close above 57,417 to back test successfully the old all-time high from February 21st. Here it is. Right? That highest close ever visualized. And on this candle today that is current, 40 minutes left, trying to possibly successfully hold it as support. Again, it's not happened yet. There's so much time where it could sell off, and we could be down at 56,300, by the close. That's how much time there is, and that is how volatile Bitcoin is. Bitcoin volatility index is still at very elevated levels that we saw. I mean, it's rivaling the levels we saw when Bitcoin was capitulating or nearing the end of its capitulation in late 2018. And it also, the volatility is around the price levels we saw when Bitcoin was maxing out or achieving its buying climax of June 2019. So now it has dropped today, which is good. I do like seeing that. I mean, right? Look here, this is the volatility index, on BitMEX or whatever. But I'm just saying, like, what I was just talking about, December 2018, July, June 2019, here we are again, and now we're failing twice with a lower high to break to higher levels of volatility. So if this happens just like in the past, right? When we were down here, if you were a viewer of the stream, you knew it when we were monitoring this. The longer you keep doing this, the higher the probability becomes you run up to the top of the range. All right, so now we've topped out. And so what could happen? You could fall to the bottom of the range again in time. Wouldn't that be insane? No, not at all, because that's exactly what it does throughout history over and over and over again, at least since the inception of this chart, January 2017. All right. Also, this date, 1 year ago, 365 days ago, Bitcoin was sitting at a price of $3,867. Since that bottom, since that pivot, Bitcoin has appreciated in value, I believe, was it 1,400% since then? 1,400%. Someone back me up on that, on math. Okay, so interesting things that we've talked about. All right, but what do you want to see? You want to see some altcoins that are just getting wrecked? No one buying them, they're selling off. So, I don't know, you're talking about divergence and stuff on Bitcoin on the 4-hour. You're talking about it on those time scales, but what about the daily? Daily's not bad at all, unless a reversal starts happening. It's fine. I mean, it's like this is where price discovery could occur. I mean, last time Bitcoin had its huge markup, that was a news-driven catalyst. Right, news-driven catalyst, and you went higher, 58K, you sold off, and you held, right? What was so cool about 45,000, and 42K, 43K was it pretty much articulated to us on the chart that the people, whoever it was, that bought on the news-driven catalyst of Tesla acquiring their position, I believe, down here, January 28th, this bullish and golden candle, that was Tesla. Whoever that was that bought on that news never sold, because as you can see, all the gains were given back except that candle where they bought, whoever that was, and we've been going ever since. So yeah, you just gotta wonder. I mean, there wasn't much of a structure. People could say there was a supply line down there that was broken, sure, whatever, but what are you worried about? We just had 7 days in a row of green daily closes. What would be wrong with a red candle close? And what if tomorrow same thing happened? I mean, you gotta wonder, is this some sort of bearish reversal, inverted hammer here? Kind of. Could be, but there's no divergence yet. And yeah, I would say it's an extended rally. I mean, a 1 week long rally, or more really at this point, where it just hasn't really stopped since March 6th. It's the 12th now. Hanging man connect, yeah, it could be a hanging man, whatever, inverted hammer. It has a wick on top of it, so it's not perfect, but I don't know, man.
Good time to short Telcoin.
Rob Dog, thanks for the 25. I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard of that in my entire life. So, Telcoin. Wow, it's actually a thing on KuCoin. Well, Class C bearish divergence. Straight line up, no structure. Excuse me for the burps there. How rude. Telcoin to Tether, straight line up. Again, no structure. Not even on the 4 hour. What if it just kept going? I mean, yeah, it could be stalling out, but I have no formal argument with technical analysis on like a rising wedge pattern with very real bearish divergence on multiple time scales at 1618 fib extensions. I don't have any of that. Right, this is just one of those, just another S coin doing things. What's it at? Hey, hit a 3618 fib extension. Nice. So you got one thing going. So you got two things going for you: Class C bearish divergence and a 3618 fib extension. I don't know about shorting, man. Shorting in these market conditions. How about we wait for Bitcoin to pull back $10,000? We wait for momentum to shift, higher lows from lower lows to higher lows start developing, and then classic bullish divergence into hidden bullish divergence, and then maybe we reacquire longs instead of trying to short in extremely bullish conditions. You know, what's up, Batson? It's broken. Extreme Elements was bad, right? And now it's even worse. Now nothing's even showing up anymore. What? Dude, your tip showed up as Rob Dogs again. Like, ridiculous. Look, that should be you, but somehow it's duplicating. They're having serious problems with Extreme Elements today. And, I mean, I think in the past few days, whatever, if they made an update, that was it. They broke it. So I don't even know what you just said. I'm sorry. So if there was more of an argument, I would be happy to help, but I'll just say there's Class C bearish divergence at a 3618 fib extension, and yeah, I mean, it could definitely dump the way it pumped, but again, what kind of trend are you in? Really bullish. And all right, so gotta move on. I just can't. There's not much I can do with that, Rob, man. All right. So look at Engine Coin real quick. We got to look at this nice, beautiful uptrend it's in. God, it's so perfect. Really, it's close to perfect. What's going on? It's off just a little bit. There you go. So pretty much like that. I mean, it's up 16% today, but it's not at all-time highs. 220 was all-time highs. So you just got to wonder, when will this end? Because it's like 1, 2, 3. You got clear 4-hour bearish divergence in development here, right? But runaway asset, stupidly bullish, right? That's really bad. I mean, that's really strong there. Rule of 3. I mean, it's on both oscillators too, right? Every time you make a higher level, you're making a lower level on the indicators, on the oscillators, right? So do you have any help on the daily? Nope, absolutely no help on, nothing implying a reverse to the downside on Engine yet on the daily, but doesn't mean it can't reverse because of the 4-hour, at least temporarily, you know? The only thing was going on with Engine, it was showing hidden bullish divergence extremely well on both oscillators, and that impending price action continuation, oh, you certainly got it. Since the indicators implied to us what it was going to do next, the asset's appreciated in value 359%. Understand how powerful the daily oscillators are, what you're always looking for, right? Same with Bitcoin, though. Whereas, you know, if you're watching the stream, you're a patron or whatever, or you just know how to read these charts, I mean, there was that hidden bullish divergence in the big bullish engulfing candle, and look how it's played out to at least get us to a double top zone. What's up, Lucas, man?
Is that a joint?
Thank you, man, for the loonies. Hey, Paul Michael L, thank you so much for just now joining the Patreon. What's up, dudes? Australia, mate. Thank you. Please be sure to sync with the Patreon Discord. You have to do that. Have to. What's up, Jameson?
We could get to 1,000 likes right now. Easy. Hype in the chat.
We could maybe, man. I mean, I think we could always get 1,000 likes, right? It just, a lot of people are like they're not at their phones, they're watching on TV, or they're busy, or they're in their pockets, they're running, or they're mowing the yard, or they're, I found out from y'all, a lot of people just treat this like a podcast sometimes, where they're not actually able to watch this screen, they'll still listen. Yeah, stimulus checks coming in on this weekend, right? Is that how it works? Is that what they're doing? Yep. The money printer is about to actually print, right? They did everything before the printing, and it's starting to come out, actually starting to mint. All right, so I mean, I did mention this. It's pinned to the chat too. But dude, we have one more left. Can you believe this? I minted 5 of these tokens, right? The Lord Ray, and there's one left. I mean, it's like, so thanks to Adon, Kyle Smile, P Money, and Nicolau, T Nicolau. Thank y'all for supporting this channel, and this is the NFT world we're in, so see what happens. All right, who's going to be the last, or will the last one ever sell? That's the question, because it may not. All right, let's go to that Dow Jones Industrial real quick. Look at this, man, like, incredible. What a blast off. Broke the upsloping resistance to supply line today and closed at its highest level ever, up 0.9%. Fantastic, right? I mean, what's psychological resistance? 35K. It's 1,000 at a time. Next one's 33K, 34K, and the big one's 35K, right? So
I made some really good gains in BTC. Rumor is by September will be the top. Do I sell 80% of it from my hardware wallet and keep the remaining 20%? Thanks for all the TA and work you do.
Oh, I'm never gonna tell you what to do with your money, man. I mean, that's on you, young lad. But
any chance of a quick glance of ETH on the daily? Balanced or dead? Keep up the good work, Mitch.
Gagi. Goo, thank you for the 20. We can look at it. But selling 80% of Bitcoin now, what are you going to do with that 80% besides pay capital gains tax, which you're probably going to pay a lot on? Have you been holding it for more than a year? That's another question, because if you've held it for more than a year, it would make a lot more sense to be selling Bitcoin if one was selling less than a year in, because it's either 30% capital gains tax for short term, or if you held it a year or longer, we're talking 15%. So I think that's a good question to ask. One's talking about taking profit, like on a crap load of profit, which I know a lot of us in here are going to have to deal with that when we finally decide to take profit. So that's one thing I can definitely recommend. Not financial advice, but common sense, right? Would you rather pay the tax man 15% or 30%? Reinvest? What are you going to reinvest? Yeah, I mean, like, one could. I mean, one's taking profit, putting it into the cyclicals, right? The energy stocks and the consumer staple companies. I mean, there's been so much. I mean, you've seen the rotation, and it's continued today. A big rotation's continuing. Look at Kellogg, man. I mean, on an asset like Bitcoin that's gone nuts, but something different about Bitcoin. I mean, maybe one could take profit on something else and put it into those value stocks, where I've definitely reallocated a lot of my capital into those lower risk area, bullish harmonics on weekly, daily time scales that pay dividends. Dang, dude. The growth stuff now, it's like, well, the upside could be there, but it's not going to be like last year, not even close. And there's not going to be a narrative probably going down the road now that is a lockdown. We're locking down again. It's getting so bad. Everything's shut down. Like, that's probably not going to happen again. Probably. I mean, it could, but I'm just saying, like, your chance. That's like saying it probably could happen. Well, that means that tech, Google, and Facebook could go up 100% plus again this year. Probably not. So, what's wrong with, reallocating to value, deep retraces, 786s, 886s, weekly bullish divergence on names that make money, right? That pay high dividends. Okay, anyway, end of rant. There, all right? That's so weird. I don't even know how you're able to bid on this. Someone just posted a bid. The first bid ever on this 0.2 wrapped ways, or wrapped ether. But there's a instant sale price, so thanks for the bid. You just did it. First person. All right, so Dow Jones, Russel 2000 all-time highs. S&P, did S&P close at all-time highs? Yeah, I mean, pretty much. It did. It closed at its highest level of all time, for sure. Barely. Just barely. But as you can see, the hidden bullish. This is kind of like Bitcoin locally on the 60-minute, 4-hour. It's doing the same crap. I mean, higher highs, higher lows. Higher highs, higher lows, right? That fake out, and then it goes again. And it's like kind of what Bitcoin's doing right now.
Can we please have a look? Seems to test the 200 megaamperes 4 hours. If it closes the day below, can we expect a fast and deep drop? Thank you.
Why do I not like Cardano? Oh, because like Cardano's really high. I mean, like, I have no problem with Cardano, but if someone's asking me to go long now and I look at the weekly chart, it's crazy. It doesn't mean I hate it or don't like it. That would require too much energy for me to hate something or not like it. I look at it on the chart and it's just, wow, this could end really bad. This is certainly not where the composite operator, the smart money, take longs. That is 100% accurate. But yeah, there could be a little bit more upside, and then we don't know when to sell, and then it dumps, right? After you've gotten complacent and you've made a little bit, Complacency, man, that's scary without a plan. That's how you lose money, big time. So, all right, what was that request? Let's look at the IXIC. No, the QQQ. I need you to see how perfect this was, right? Where was it? Did I do the IXIC on this one? Hold on. Okay, maybe it was the 4-hour where I had it, the butterfly. It's visibility wise. Yes. So this one was played out brilliantly, right? Didn't we talk about where it could be headed? The Qs, the Nasdaq, like what was old resistance has now become support, and you got a really nice initial bounce, a reaction off of the old areas of resistance acting as support. Kind of reminds you a little bit of Ethereum, even though Ethereum faked out and went below it for a little bit before bouncing. Still not making higher highs yet. But the moment that Qs start breaking back above 324 and start rallying, really will feel a lot better when you get above 338, break all-time highs, keep going. I mean, that could be on some of these assets. There could be opportunity for this thing to just continue on, but this one performed the worst and is performing the worst right now. So again, there was a time for growth. It was last year. Tech, right? The narrative, the market, the narrative's changing, like reopening. Look at Boeing today, top gainer on the S&P 500, 6.82% up. And then you got General Motors and Ford and Caterpillar, right? And then you got banks that did well too. So John Deere, all-time highs. Okay. What was that one? Ethereum and BTC. How about that? How about how it bounced and then it's back? It is back. So we had the reaction, and maybe if we would get lucky enough, there could be a reversal. But at the same time, that could have been it. And it could, if it doesn't hold this congestion area where it is right now, then you're going to be seeing the bottom of the range again, the mega range. So you're just praying that bids come in. I'll tell you this. If you start pivoting at this level for real, the RSI will show you stupidly nice classic Class B bullish divergence, where you make a double bottom and you make higher levels on the indicator, the oscillator. So even if it makes a lower low and starts pivoting, it would still be a form of divergence on at least the RSI on the 4 hour. All right. Which, again, this is just not a good strategic area for a harmonic, as I've done educational segments on when the best time to utilize or take advantage of these XABCDs is normally not randomly in the middle of a wave, right? You're always looking for the bottoms for harmonics to plot X, not the middle of, we know this isn't really anything on the daily. On the 4 hour, it's some sort of pivot point, but not the daily. And that's what I'm talking about. You want it to line up with the daily. Okay. Man, but kind of very pathetic, right? Hit on the daily. You're not going to like this, man. You're not going to like this, chat. Hit extreme amounts of hidden bearish divergence going on right now on Ethereum to BTC, where you have clearly a very discernible swing high on the daily, and now we've developed another one, right? A high, a much lower high, pathetic lower high with...
Can you check Insure/US on Huobi, please? Keep the good work. 0.0443836 LTC.
Villa Verde, thanks so much. Please check the description below before you request an asset. Thanks so much. $20 minimum.
Zap/USTNX.
Yeah, you read my mind, because that's, you said Zap the US dollar. I'm like re-triggered. All right, thank you. So I'm just trying to finish this thought right here, and we'll move on. Impending price action, continuation to the downside being implied. It's starting, and it hasn't even gone negative on momentum yet. So you would just think, man, it seems quite probable and quite possible the outcome could lead Ethereum to BTC down to 2.6 million Satoshis again. Okay, not really that great, dude. But you had a chance, man. But you confirmed with a second top up here with an up thrust that it just wasn't time for Ethereum to outshine Bitcoin. And still, look at Bitcoin now, man. Not even down 1%. Not even down 0.75%. And look here, 18 minutes to go. And you are just flirting with that point, right, where the highest level of all time where traders set it up on the 21st is possibly being held as support. But yeah, is it a hanging man or just an indecision candle after 7 days in a row of just green closes? You know, you closed higher than your preview, than your open, you know. Just drinking my own coffee, leave me alone. We're having a good time, dude. We're just enjoying the weekend. Or the weekend has just kind of begun. But we kind of started the weekend last night. We always kind of do with, you know, with Patreon night and the wheel spins. You know, kind of got me right. I think there were 4 chugs. I had to take 4 shots last night. In the end, it was a bleak outcome. So what was that next one? Was it Cardano or something? Yep, it is Cardano. Down 8% today. 3618 fib extension.
Been on the Patreon feed for a few weeks and ain't seeing many trade setups. Is bugged out.
Wow. Well, I don't know how many times I have to express and explain that Patreon is a glorified payment processor. If you're not in the Discord as a patron, you shouldn't be a patron at all. Okay? The Patreon is where, in the Discord, the Patreon tab, that's where exclusive Discord tabs for patrons in Discord. That's where trade setups are posted. That's where you get pinged. That's where, on all kinds of stuff. So, Samir, I'm sorry that you have not been paying attention to everything. When you go to patreon.com, like, isn't it like it says over and over and over again? Look, what is it? Join the Discord or you will miss out on all the value of our Patreon membership. Join the Discord or you will miss out on all the value of our Patreon membership, right? It's literally everywhere. And if you watch the stream and someone joins the Patreon, I say it every single time in my cadence. Be sure to join the Discord if you're a patron. That's on you, man. I'm sorry. You got to have reading comprehension or pay attention to get value out of the Patreon. That's it.
I made some really good gains in BTC. Rumor is by September will be the top.
Oh, it's bugged out again. Stupid freaking
hardware wallet and keep the remaining
stream elements. Go
20%.
screw
Thanks
yourself,
for all
man.
the TA and work you
Such
do.
a what did they do, man, for this to bug out like that? Anyone computer programming want to I need to reach out to them on their stream elements, but they probably are already aware of the problem and doing nothing. Good God, man. All right. So let's see here. Cardano again. Look at that. I mean, nice pathetic attempted rally here on Cardano. One high, a second high, well after the buying climax. Not good, man. You hit the 200 moving average for the first time since, wow. Dude, since December 28th, you've hit it. And no one's buying at it. Lowest level of RSI on Cardano since December 23rd. Wow, you got some serious stuff going on with Cardano. And it broke that channel anyway. No matter where you anchored.
Thanks for the great channel.
Peace, Shadow. Thank you, dude. Right, no matter which way you anchor, right? Conservatively, whatever bottom, you're out of it. And 3618 fib extension, major one. So the next target's 88 cents. There's, right? I mean, no value, extreme premium, high risk areas. Oh my God, the daily's terrible. You could get wrecked on the daily. It could go down to 60 cents and would probably not be oversold. It'd probably be oversold about around 60. So one peak, second peak, third peak, extreme amounts of bearish divergence on the daily playing out, continuing to play out. So it's not that I don't like it. I love it because look at the TA being respected right now on Cardano, right? Triple RSI, triple MACD, bearish divergence. Impending price action reversal to the downside. Implied. It's happening. That's why it's just you look at this and it's how could you ever want to own this now? If you missed it, you missed it, dude. If it has a sell-off, it hits 88 cents, then it rallies again to attempt a rally. It's still kind of
Sorry, I forgot $10. Hey Mitch, can you check Insure/US on HOB, please?
Sure.
Keep the good work. 0.048490446LTC.
Thank you, Villa Verde, for the 20 now of Litecoin. Appreciate it. Yeah, we'll look at it. I'm going to see where we're at, though.
Sensei Mitch, I would like to test for the brown belt in TA.
David B. Oh yeah? I don't really know how to do that. How we test for the brown belt.
The Discord is too difficult for me to use. I don't understand how to join the chat room. Your Patreon guidelines aren't clear.
I know that's a joke, dude. Well, I'm telling you, if you can't navigate around learning how to work Discord, probably not going to go well for you as a trader. I'm just being real, dude. Okay? It's kind of a test. If you can't even get Discord figured out and listen and stuff, yeah, probably going to go bad for you trading. Okay? So just be careful. Thanks, though. Even though I know you were joking. I'm trying to figure out what the next one was. Because Stream Elements just literally everything's doubled and duplicated in the log. It's just stupid. Let's see. I guess that would be kind of next in a way. Pretty interesting looking chart here. Not bad. So I love the fact that the asset Insure is above the high of 104. Love that, man. Love it. Bet obviously the best time. But yeah, this could be setting up for maybe a run up to 171 again on the daily. Now it could always back test now, right? Nice bullish engulfing candle yesterday, And up 2.2% today. That's always great, you know, when you look at all the rest of the coins. They're terrible. So you may back test 104, but look at the hidden bullish divergence is starting to play out. You know, you're only on today's your second level of positive momentum. So this implies a continuation of the upside. You're starting to get it, right? And I would think that anything below 104 now, that might be the cutoff area where you don't want to mess with it anymore. Even though, yeah, but it can go down to 71 cents again, double bottom. Okay, whatever. But we're talking about if you broke a resistance, a very real one on the daily, you could backtest, and below it you want nothing to do with it. But the run up could yield you a $1.70 price on Insure network to US dollar tether. So that's it. All right. It's pretty good. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, it's better than Cardano, right? Way better than Cardano. It's almost like, look at that. That 4 hours pretty good looking too, man.
Mitch, we have heard your concerns about the problems you are having. I have consulted the manager,
Sure.
Karen. She said that the problems are due to user error.
Oh, is that it, dude? All right, thanks so much, Karen, for the help. So, thank you. Momentum shifting structure, whatever, maybe inverse head and shoulder. Okay, measured move maybe of the inverse head and shoulders would put you up at the 170 mark anyway. So
PLTR on the daily.
Palantir, Matthew, thank you, dude. Yeah, we'll look at it. We will look at it, my friend. Thanks for the 1,563 people tuned in. Thanks for the 461 likes. If you're enjoying the live stream, like with that bell sub. Let's go, dude. All right. So above 104, you're in really good shape. You're in amazing shape. You can always back test that too. But we know the upside, the target, if one was actually going to play that, the target would be 170 in time. That's it. That's also probably like a 78% retrace, right? High to low, not even. So that's good, right? Talking about harmonic stuff, whatever. I think 170, 160 area would be a great target if it was going to actually hold the old resistance as support and go. All right. 104 would be like probably the most optimum entry because it has not once since it sprung, right? Once it sprung, it has not yet back tested the spring, and those are always the best entries on the back tests of springs, okay?
Someone needs to call the bogs and have them pump this.
Wood Division Champ, pump what? This is a vague pronoun, right? Big time pronoun that is vague. Thanks, man, for the American contribution. Okay, so I think the next one is Litecoin to Bitcoin, which I haven't looked at in a while. Maybe I have. I don't even know anymore, dude. So many charts. Oh, I love it above this. I love it above 3,694. Oh my God, it's amazing at this level. Holy crap. Yeah, anything above.
Pump everything.
Thank you for the pumps. Much love, dude. Thank you.
Sorry, it was just a joke. Appreciate what you do, man.
Dude, you say that? You say that, Samir. But like every month, we'll have exit surveys of like, you know, like one person, 3 people will be like, not enough trade setups, not enough content that I was expecting on Patreon. When it's like, dude, I'm like posting content, charts, trade set almost like every day. And of course I'm live streaming too. That doesn't count, right? But that's the whole thing, you know, like people aren't kidding and are too to figure it out. And it's just like, what do you want me to do, man? We can only do what we can do. And people still will be displeased. So, thanks, man. It's a joke, but it's also real. And it'll happen this month, and it'll happen the next month, and it'll happen 6 months from now. But people will actually unironically be crying.
PLTR on the daily.
It's doing the double thing again. Let me just refresh the cache because everything's broken. Thank you, Stream Elements. So, why is this such a big deal right there? It's just beginning of the... Yeah, I like it because, yeah, that's where traders set it up right here. November 10th, you're above it. Anything above it, you could always run up to 49.80 again. Not sure. Same time, it's like, look, a high, the highest high, then a lower high, and here's here. So, I think the weekly was really good. Yeah, weekly was kind of nuts, but not as, still okay. Yeah. So here's the thing about these Bitcoin pairs. Why I don't trade them, why we don't really look at them that much, it's just because it's the same thing I keep saying. Your denominator is one of the best performing assets in the world. Like almost every year, right? I mean, like we're getting there.
Bullish. Makes me laugh now. Hope I don't cry later.
Thank you, Dan. Right, so why would you want to trade to a denominator that is that strong, that powerful, institutions FOMOing into it based on all the data, right? Why? When you could trade this asset Litecoin to an asset that is getting a currency that's just getting obliterated with money printing. Why? Like, that's what I'm saying. People be like, we're stacking sats, dude, but it's like, you're stacking sats. This isn't 2017, man. Stack more useless fiat so you can buy more Bitcoin at some point, right? Exit into a stable coin. That's one good thing about fiat, is at least it's stable. So that whole variable thing of how terrible it is, where there's too many passing correlations in Bitcoin pairs too, right? Where, oh, what should make sense doesn't make sense now, but it made sense last time, doesn't matter this time. So you can't even have a system. There's no system. Everything's too sporadic on the BTC pairs. Or it would make sense for it to rally, you know, it doesn't. What's up, Smitty, man? Boom. Thanks, man, for the 50.
ADPT, thank you.
Thank you, dude. We can look at it. I think we were looking at it recently. I feel like I'm looking at everything almost every day. Every asset that exists. Okay, next one was Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei. To the US dollar. Oh yeah, Zapdos coin that's going extremely well so far. Yep. My favorite Pokemon, I guess, right? Yeah, Zap. I mean, there was hidden bullish divergence in the end. I guess it's been a minute since I've looked at this or something, but my God, look, in hindsight, like just like the other one we looked at that has not really taken off yet, this hidden bullish divergence on the higher low, and once you got back above that resistance, that was a great signal, great sign. Right, anytime you fall below support, like this in an uptrend, and then you get back above it, that's a great sign, man. So it's all-time highs. Look, it's back testing the August 12th, 2020 high for the first time in history today. Right, it broke out yesterday, all-time highs, and that's now back testing. Trying to pull it's making Bitcoin look real bad in terms of its all-time high break. Remember, we're talking about the breakout and then the back test. This is not much. This is not, you're not doing very well at back testing. It could be a bearish reversal candle if you're not lucky. I mean, 2 minutes, dude, until your daily candle close. You're maybe hanging man, or you're maybe just an indecision candle. All right, what if we get a weekend warrior pump? That'd be crazy to hit all-time highs, because we just so close. So this is your daily, and it's about to confirm. So it could be ready to roll to higher prices, more so. Go from that inception wick high to that lowest point. You hit a 1272 initially yesterday before pulling back. Perfect, right? You hit the 1272, you pull back, then you back test the old resistance as support. That's beautiful. TA being respected. So if it was going to pivot here and it was going to go to higher prices, I would think your target on ZAP to US dollar would be 54 cents eventually. And then if things get stupid, right? Things got really stupid like they had been, which I don't know if that's really going on too much anymore. Remember all these newer S coins going nuts like ORN and GRT? That I don't think we're seeing too much of that anymore. Only on maybe a couple. It's not like a lot. Maybe 85 cents if it went absolutely insane like those Rose coin, GRT, Theta, T-Fuel, right? KSM. If it did that, then maybe, but again, I would just think conservatively, maybe 54 cents if it was going to continue this rally on the back test, successful back test. Okay. So here's that. Read. Thanks, dude.
Hi Mitch, what shall we buy for Archie? I saw that Elon Musk bought Doge for Glilex. What do you think? A stock. Cheers, bro.
Megan, thank you for the 3s. What should you buy for Archie? You saw Elon bought Doge for a little X. A stonk? I don't think there's anything wrong with buying Bitcoin, putting on a cold storage wallet, and then putting it in a really nice box, wrapping it, right? Maybe an Elon Musk or Doge wrapping paper, and then that's how you could deliver something. Just Bitcoin or a crypto of your favorite S coin. I would probably Bitcoin. Why not? You know. All right, so we did it, man. New day. Let's go your logo on the hits. Oh my god. Jesus chance for the new day. Fortunately, we unsuccessfully back tested the breakout as support. And at this time, if you start reversing here, man, that positive momentum's going to start waning, and then that's going to be worst case scenario. That's exactly what you don't want. That is when you could be talking about the potential classic Class B to Class A bearish divergence. You don't want that. You can't stall here. You must break it and really get going. That's not what you want. All right, so much time to go up and down this weekend, but yeah, you don't want a weekend of just sell off, because then it's going to be developing really well, right? I'm just talking about this. You never really want to see this, dude. Never want to see that on the daily. This is a significant time scale.
Let's check out ZKIN on the stock exchange, tied in with blockchain tech. Thanks, Mitch.
So Jason, thanks for the $20 super chat. Yep.
Love the stream. Gene Edit is the future. Bullish shark maybe on Adidas. Have a great weekend. 0.0003586 BTC.
Gene Simmons, thank you, dude, for the $20 of 50 cents of Bitcoin. All right, much love. Yeah, we'll look at it. So yeah, man, no good, right? Not good in terms of maybe the candle and maybe divergence. But if Bitcoin keeps rallying, you know, and engulfs today's candle, then this is going to go dark green again. You're not going to be developing bearish divergence, and you could just be headed to much higher highs. So Solta, thanks, man. Okay. So immediate selling right out the gate. This is gonna be awful for altcoins, right? I mean, because you can see how amplified the losses are on Bitcoin when it doesn't sell off much at all. I mean, some of the altcoins today, when Bitcoin was just down at like, 55.8, were down like 10%. Imagine actual real sell-off. That would be, where it actually closed down here. Some of these S coins on a downturn could be down 30% in a day. Okay, so extremely sensitive if you notice that. But Bitcoin's still quite elevated in its volatility based on what we know looking at the B-vol chart. So Bitcoin, right, look at the 4 hour too, top of the hour. Right, I mean, you're in the upper part of an upsloping channel here, where you understand that like 52,500 is the bottom. So that could always happen if things, if there's not enough demand or there's too much supply at these levels near all-time highs. You were just a couple $100 away from the highest level of all time, and you couldn't hit it yet. All right, Bitcoin's almost down 1% on the new day in 4 minutes. Many altcoins exceeding 1% down already. Ethereum still, right? What is it? Is it bull flag, or is it you're actually at the pattern completion zone of a bearish cipher and that's it, and it'll be time to get wrecked? If this, just think about it. If daily bearish divergence started developing on a double top on Bitcoin, this is it. It's all over for Ethereum. This is done, dude. Like this will probably be the trend reversal for the midterm, long term. So you really don't, if you care about altcoins at all, man, you do not want to see this. This would kill any altcoin. Its whole trend would be in jeopardy. I mean, not in terms of like, oh, it made a lower low than the previous low, but these patterns develop, man, downside could take you to the bottom of the structure again. 1420, you know, so. No, dude, I think Litecoin just had to catch up with Ethereum and Bitcoin on its deep retraces on the XABCD. And it's done that pretty much. It was only like $4 away from actually hitting that 786 perfectly, so.
Great DA content, Mitch. Hi from the Netherlands. What is your music on the background? Is really nice. Really cool stream.
Johnny M in the mix stuff. Really good DJ. So, Deep House. That's it. Thank you, Alex Care. Johnny M, like for Mitch. Johnny M in the mix is the guy. Thank you. Okay, next one was everything's duplicating, so it's messing it up bad. Guess we go to Litecoin too, since look on the answer. Alright, still okay on Litecoin. And if you're out there and you're newer, just know if an asset is hitting its third peak on a nice rally, right? A really nice rally, right? 1, 2, 3. That third peak, and you're showing triple MACD bearish divergence, that is legitimately the absolute worst area to ever go long. One would never want to be going long when there's clear, concise, triple bearish divergence on an oscillator. Just pointing that out, okay? It was also a rising wedge too, a mini rising wedge.
Hello, this is Karen calling back. We have done a diagnostic. It seems there is a connectivity issue with your new quantum computing setup. It's for flexing our content and clogging up the pipe. It may be time to dig up the street and install fiber core.
My name is JP. I'm a robot.
Alright. Thank you for the update.
Is that a joint?
Stream Elements International. Thank you, dude. So it may never even hit. If big one's like reversing here, dude, it may never even hit 228. You know, 224 might have been it. So this is an area to definitely watch. So is anything between the 786 and the 113% retrace on Bitcoin? That was it. Like some of these S coins are down over 2% now, right? So Bitcoin's down 0.9%. It's like anytime Bitcoin sells off, the altcoins are getting shattered, and then when Bitcoin rallies some, the altcoins never recover. Only Bitcoin does, and then Bitcoin will sell off again, and the altcoins will get hit even harder before it recovers again. And that's just what's been happening yesterday. It was terrible. You could see it. That might be. I don't know if that is some sort of risking off the entire market, right? People taking profit, getting out because they might be anticipating a larger drop on Bitcoin, or what?
Noise!
Hey Mitch, Kai/USD cup and handle on the weekly. Your thoughts?
I don't know. I mean, Kai is all about the historical support resistance. If you're above it, you're bullish. If you're below it, you're bearish. But it's just been making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. So I don't think at all that Kai or any other altcoin have any chance in heck if Bitcoin's going to be reversing here. So just remember, these are certainly not areas where one's thinking about going long. This is the antithesis of that. The time to be thinking about maybe going long was down here, right? With the divergence, hidden divergence, classic divergence, 4 hour, and then the daily hidden divergence was beginning to develop. That was the time to think about re-entering. Up here, it's like, oh, maybe one should be thinking about profit taking. Maybe, right? Because of what kind of sell-off could happen. But you have to understand, even if it pulls back, it could go all the way down to like 51,000 and it'd still be inside this parabolic uptrend it's been in since September. Right? Sells up, makes a higher low than the previous low, scaring everyone, and then rallies again, and it's like almost an ascending triangle, like could happen eventually. So we'll see here. Next one, I think it was this. Yep. Besides the scam week, all's going exactly right, right? Palantir, after the scam wick, held the congestion area and is rallying. And the target, I mean, you're thinking minimum 29.23 coming up, right? At least this high from December 22nd.
Hello, Mitch.
But you're thinking eventually
We noticed you
33.49.
haven't been accepting our calls. We've been trying to reach you concerning your vehicle's extended warranty. If you are in an accident, your vehicle might not be covered. Please call us back.
Thank you so much for the robocall, dude. Long's getting liquidated. Dreams shattered. Altcoins wrecked, right? Soon these will be down a lot more if this keeps going, alright? Palantir, going very well. Yes, fell below the PCZ. That's what happens with Bitcoin, or not Bitcoin, but with volatility on the markets. You knew what happened. Many assets did the same scam wick down before recovering, held it, and the longer you held above $22, $23, the higher the probability was going to be that one was going to reverse there, and it could usher in a run to it maybe 33.43 or 33.49. Excuse me, that high point from November 27th. If you were talking about Casey Stubbs targets, I mean the profit taking level would be $39 and 44.86, man. So, yep, a lot of upside still on PLTR, assuming 22.18 holds long enough, and it seems like it is. This is the zone of low risk, high reward opportunity, but if you fell below it, you could get destroyed. You could get obliterated. It did hold, so no worries. All right, more upside for Palantir, looking very probable at this level. Okay, on the way up. That's it. PLTR. Matthew. Oh, he asked for the daily. I mean, whatever. You only the daily, fine. Daily hidden bullish divergence. Well, kind of, not really. You've gone positive on momentum. Kind of the same low. Same thing. It looks like it's primed for higher prices. PLTR. Look, second level Momo, right? You had not seen positive Momo since February 10th, and now you're seeing it again, and it could climb into some sort of histogram island like we've seen in the past, right? That's it. 33.49. Kind of your minimum target there. Bitcoin dumping. Well, selling down 1.29% on the new day. It's only been around for 13 minutes or so, right? Well, here you have it, right? Kind of not the stuff you want to see, but it's a lot of time, and you know Bitcoin's elevated on its volatility, so it can be going down and up and down, scamming people out, making people panic, freaking them out. That's what it's been doing so much lately. Where things just look so bad, and then, oh, okay, well, then it just runs up $600 in 1 minute. Sells off $700 in 1 minute, then rallies. Oh yeah, this one, that was amazing. Remember that time we looked at ADPT, Smitty Man? But someone only requested it like yesterday, last night, and it dumped, and there's no edge. There's nothing impending. There's no impending price action reversal here, but it was a specimen textbook head and shoulders pattern, one of the most beautiful ones I've ever seen, maybe. Right? It's just so perfect that it hit the measure move, or was like, you know, like less than $1 away from hitting it exactly. You know, so. Now you wait for more data. It's nearing 36.15 would be maybe a potential area where one could go long if an edge presents itself at that area. There you go, doing it again, man. Thanks against your moments. So there's nothing to do here. If anything, it was like one could have been going short or something, you know, at this top shoulder or something, or one maybe on the breakout too, and now those shorts would be taking profit, and it seems like a little bit has, but no bids, no one's bought yet, no one's buying it. So 36.15 I feel like would make sense for it to at least go back test it while it's down at these levels, and nothing's. It was down 4.27% today gross. Yeah, not good. Not good for this. ADPT. See at 36.15, and then you probably won't have an edge yet even there, but scalpers might buy it before it'll bounce before selling off again. As you noticed, 1 time, 2 times, 3 times last time it was tested, right? Before it went higher. Beautiful. Someone, I mean, like this is, like I said last night, this is something, a chart pattern that was so pretty that one would print this out, frame it, and put it on their wall or their refrigerator, okay? Take note of the beauty. Okay, next one. Yeah, it looks good. I mean, well, it looks like it's beginning its attempted rally. Well, it reminds me very much of GameStop and a few others that had their pumps and dumps, and now they're finally bottoming out, and they're bottoming out at higher lows than the previous lows. And you can see that histogram, and it's really both oscillators, implying a continuation here, which is beginning. It's already begun. All right, it was up 3% today from its low point. Did it ever back test it? Never even back tested anything, I don't think. Oh, maybe so. So that peak right there, and there's a little scam wick right there. Yeah, so it did hit some level maybe of congestion. And so that adds to the argument, right? So hidden bullish evidence on both oscillators on the daily after a big rally, buying climax sell off, hit the congestion area. So that's where you want to see. That's strategic. That is strategic when you show some form of seller exhaustion at a congestion area versus hidden bullish evidence in the middle of nowhere. That kind of sucks. So this could just be going to make an attempted rally. Is there any other congestion above it? A little bit. So the low points there. So all right. So you break 673, you could very well run to 1024 again. I mean, look at the history. Kind of a peak and then straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down. So if it breaks 673, this hidden bullish divergence could maybe take it to 1024 again. So it's like one has to be monitoring and paying attention to this, but it's in development and it hasn't really played out yet, that hidden divergence completely, where we got a new histogram island, a positive momentum, right? Yeah, there could be more upside on ZKIN. Kind of tough to strategize the stop loss if one was going to take a long on it, though, just because, well, it's at the top, like kind of a congestion area, and the bottom of the congestion area, or there's another congestion area down where it bounced. So how does one set up a stop on that? It's really tough. You can't answer it really. It's like, oh, well, I guess one could set a stop below the previous low of 432. That's not gonna probably be equitable to take profit at 1024. So you almost have to just guess on one like this if one wanted to take a long there, and therefore that's not the best type of trade setup where you have to guess and you can't place a strategic stop loss and be equitable on your trade 3-to-1 at the same time. ZK International, very good. We've been here recently. Yep. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Let's go, dude. All right. Edit. We were here like yesterday, the day before. Okay. You almost got that back test. You maybe did get the back test. So maybe you could say classic bullish divergence here. But not on the RSI, only the MACD. But look here. I mean, this is what's so important. Look at edit, chat. The all-time high back from March of 2016 and also March of 2018, right? You just sprung the date of March 9th.
If you could only take one S coin to a deserted histogram island, which one would it be? Only one.
Probably Ethereum. I don't know. Thanks. So 43.83. Anything above that's really strong and bullish. If you plot on the second high right here, then you did truly spring and back test the spring successfully. That's the zone. Okay, the zone of support. So it held. So this could be an extremely low risk, high reward opportunity, long area. Not even kidding. This is it. This one could be going long on Monday. And it's very easy to strategize stop losses, right? Because below 43.83, you want nothing to do with it, right? Because I mean, it could go much lower. So down 2.2%, so down day as well. So I mean, just having something maybe below the 200-day moving average or something, just a little bit of leeway just in case. I don't think it would make sense. I think it would make plenty of sense to take profit right there where traders set up their highest point December 10th, and clearly where price action is correlated before, right? 66.86, and that gives you a 3.89 to 1 reward to risk. All right, so once playing that divergence, the spring, the back test of the spring. That's what one is playing. That's why one will be taking along here. Easy to size up risk, manage that risk, strategically set their stop loss, and the profit taking level is right. There's nothing here, right? The history above $45 is straight up to $67, 66.86, and eventually straight down. So it could go straight back up. Okay. Pretty freaking good on edit. I mean, this is a good one, man. Problem is, it's biotech, and biotech, someone could get killed tomorrow doing a clinical trial, and then it goes to zero. And it's like, go figure, dude, right? It looked great, and it's dead. Pulls a blue. Misleads shareholders. Great. Right? I mean, that's definitely a way to look at it. And 3.89, that means like one could be a little bit looser on their stop if they wanted. Maybe a little bit lower than that 200-day moving average. Make it 3.5 to 1, or even is anything above 3 to 1 is fine. 3.3 to 1 right there, right? Just being looser, a little bit more conservative or less conservative. Just like that. Okay? Why? Because of that. Because of this. First time in history. It's never happened, chat. It's never happened where $43.83, $45 is a support until today. Okay, that's it, dude.
If you can take an ES coin to a deserted Instagram island,
unbelievable.
which one would it be?
Wow. You're right, Bitcoin. 56,300 and change and falling. How bad is it going to be? Because it's now like things were good and now they're actually starting to not look good, right? If that actually develops, we get a couple more days of this, it's going to be confirmed classic bearish divergence. So Smitty, man, thanks to 55. Thank you.
Matt, thank you. I never see you use web extensions. Is there a reason for this, or did I just overlook it?
Yeah, you literally are blind. I have no idea what you're talking about. Chat, I never used fib extensions, by the way. Really? You must be new here, Ray Mitchum. Can anyone chat tell me if I ever used fib extensions?
Hi Mitch. Can you take a look at best stock? Thanks.
Sure. Thank you.
My main research interest was in the Big Bang singularity of cosmology rather than the singularities or black holes that Penrose had shown would occur in collapsing stars. In particular,
Oh, also that, to answer your question, yes, also that. Unreal, dude. Unreal.
black holes collide and merge. The area of the
Gene Simmons. Also a textbook bullish shark. 100%. Look at this, chat. So just add to the argument that I didn't even have. Yep. Yes. Even better. So the argument on edit just got a lot better. It was already amazing. Now it's unbelievable.
the same appearance on the outside. The area couldn't actually be the entropy because as we were thought into black holes were completely black.
Okay.
And couldn't be in equilibrium with thermal radiation.
Do a visual trade setup for edit because people are going to cry about it not being an official setup, even though it's certainly official. It's in chart publications. It's not in trade setup. So no value if it's not official and on the Patreon feed, right? Anyway, Kai, what did it do? It broke the congestion area. It back tested it as support. When it was back testing it as support, it was showing hidden bullish divergence. I think we saw that today on something, right? And it's beginning to rally, but not by much. And really, you just think where it is eventually, 42 cents, but clearly it's been topping out. I mean, if you talk about a harmonic, it's already hit targets, right? A and C for the Casey Stubbs targets, it's already done there. You don't want to see a double top here. I mean, clearly Bitcoin selling off is going to kill this thing. It's not going to go well for it. Can't get above C, which makes sense. That's profit taking. So, but anything above 28 to 29.8 cents could be extremely bullish. And you're asking, is this a couple handle? I don't know, man. It's just a long-term uptrend.
Education on web extensions, please. I am new.
Sorry, dude. I'm not gonna. I mean, you can join the Patreon, right? Or you could just go watch my... Well, I don't know if I talk about fib extensions too much in that video. But, yep. Yeah, this isn't going to go well, Bitcoin dumps. And it hit profit-taking levels if you're talking about a harmonic. And that's it. Okay. Certainly not an area right now to be going long at all.
Unsubbed.
Thank you. Good. Bye. Next one. Next requests. Aqua Metals. Interesting where it is. I actually love where it is. Anything above 420 to 450 is bullish as crap. No edge really on the oscillators, but I like the low. I like that second low, and I like it above this area. It's so historical. It's so important that the upside is so crazy. Understand, based on history, almost the only thing that's happened on Aqua Metals is straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down. So you get back above it and you hold it long enough, you could go straight up again. So yeah, it was real bad, and now it's not so bad because of the bounce you got. It's all about price action correlation to these zones of support. Anything above that, anything above 420, 450 is bullish. Anything below it's bearish. As you can see what's happened below it, right? So, you know, what could happen, luckiest situation ever, is you, well, I mean, you kind of did backtest. You maybe sell off and you see 420 again and hold it. But you never want to see AQMS below 420 again, because then it could go to much, much lower levels like it's done before. My God, on the scam week, it went down to $3.13, you know, before bouncing. So kind of an easy area to size up risk here, just like the other one we looked at, where it's just like, you know, stop loss below the critical ice line, right? Some sort, and then just swinging for the fence of what's happened in history, and you got a 5.39 to 1 reward to risk. Maybe go a little bit lower than that scam wick right there. 4.89 to 1 reward to risk, right? I mean, if this holds, that's where it could be headed. AQMS, not bad, dude. Not a bad chart. Same with edit. Edit and AQMS, nice requests. Okay. NAT, a great day, or a great week, really. I love it, man. I love how it's established a confirmed higher low at a critical ice line of $3. Back tested the old breakout as support again. Big bounce, and is now broken above another ice line that's very important. As you can see, we closed the week above an ice line from November of 2018, where, as you know for a fact, historical price action correlation between $3.47, which we closed above, and $4.46 is straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, straight up, eventually straight down. That's it. So NAT eventually, based on history, has a probability of seeing 446 again, which would make too much sense because this is a trade setup, right? A longer term position trade setup.
Thanks, sir.
Please read the description below. Crypto Miller, thank you so much. $20 minimum, US dollar minimum. Again, if you're going to be offended, right? It's like, there are rules. If I made an exception for you, I'd have to make an exception for everyone. Then everyone's going to start tipping $15.52, and then someone will tip, oh well, oops, it was only $13. Oh, that's close enough, and then all of a sudden, right? So sorry, man. Thank you though. Nat, dude, set up for much higher prices above 347 like crazy, okay? Smitty, thanks for the 55, or thanks for the 105 on the day. Perfect. Dang, a lot of requests today. Whew. Oh my goodness. Not bad.
Beach ain't doing things.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Tip $25.
One got hit yesterday.
Check out the major symmetrical triangle on the weekly and KLE log scale. Double bottom and looks similar to the weekly December bounce. Do you think it can break out a supply line at around $23 as it's pretty far into the triangle? Thanks.
Thank you.
Hey Mitch, if you're in a trade setup and we get double/triple MACD bearish divergence on the daily but haven't hit targets,
You could.
to sell or see
You
it,
definitely could.
hit targets or get stopped out.
No, that's when someone could actually adapt and be like, "That this is too bearish," and it looks to me like it could be reversing majorly downside, depending on the time scale and stuff, right? So yeah, if one's deep in the profit and they see triple bearish divergence, that could be an exit point. Certainly, that is sometimes that's a rarity, but that is when one could adapt and get out. right? If something's screaming, hey, it's been a nice run and you're in a lot of profit, but it's showing bearish divergence. Like, for instance, Bitcoin. Bitcoin trade setup was like 44,000 or something. What was it, Bitcoins? And you're now maybe showing bearish divergence on the daily, showing the 4-hour. Right? This might be an area to adapt and be like, hey, maybe one could take profit a little early because maybe it never gets to $61,000 because of the daily. But at the same time, maybe Bitcoin rally, dude, opened. It's not really that big of a deal yet. Really not. But it's not showing triple bearish divergence, right? Not really. So, but yeah, great question. Very, very good question, man. Where one could, yes. Okay, so we'll look at crypto. Thank you, man. We will definitely look at NOLS. So let's look at best though. The next one, gold mean ratio area. Man, you can talk about there was bullish divergence. You got a bounce. You sold off. Now you made a higher low. Ooh, nice. So maybe accumulation now. Bullish convergence now on the daily, on the MACD, as well as the RSI. So, all-time lows, unfortunately. But gold mean ratio, this is an area where a reversal could occur. But is there a pattern or anything? Yeah. Is there like a downtrend, a structure? We could mess around and see. I'm sure there's a downslope resistance like that. Seems like that. You adjust. Oh, that's pretty nice. Look at that heart line. Support, resistance, resistance, resistance. Wow, that's nice. A nice downsloping channel there with good touches, anchoring 1 and 2 on the bottom, and then 1 and 2 and 3 on the top. So you break that heart line, you could be running up to the top of the channel, which is 314 again. But don't see anything that's like really sticking out. I mean, one could have dude, going long on a long-term bearish asset is not really good, right? You're looking for a long-term uptrend to go long on patterns. Normally, in a long-term bear trend, right? In a rectangle like this, one's looking to be going short at the tops of major resistance points because, right? That's the trend is long-term bearish, so bearish patterns perform more reliably. Or they are more reliable, and they can oftentimes outperform. Right, so in long-term uptrends, one's looking for longs at areas of value, right? Critical supports, divergence, all that. And then in long-term bear trends, one's looking for bearish opportunities, right? That makes sense. So you're down here, and you're definitely at a possibly value for a long for this asset because of the 1618 pip extension and the bullish convergence divergence, right? And the higher low here to where it could rally, but it may just run up to make a lower high than the previous highs before dumping to lower lows. That's BST, best. Up 10.65% today, great. Air freight, couriers, yeah, that might be okay. Like you think about that whole sector starting to rally again. So, but you think about that sector, like Boeing, which is kind of a mix, but American Airlines, United Airlines, those were not at all-time lows. Those had made like the lowest lows in 2008 and 9, and they were just making deep 88% retraces, so value for longs. So this is not the same story, is it? There's no way to perceive value long-term. It's at the lowest level it's ever been. Could just be when its inception, right? It might IPO, yeah, like it IPO'd in 2017, so it probably would look the same, if it had history back there. It's an airline company, anyway. Yeah, accumulation is now developed on best. Okay, accumulation happens oftentimes even in downtrends, right? A low, the higher low, slightly higher low, but never able ever to make higher highs after the accumulation, so bearish. All right. NOLS certainly at a potential reversal point. Big time, right? NOLS. Anything between 55.82 cents and 96.85 cents, straight up, straight down, most of the time. It did it, man, right? Besides, like, once it had to sell off, but once it got back above 55.8 cents, gone, right? And it's now hitting an area that makes, people taking profit, people also scalping, going short. This is a terrible area to be thinking about a long position. This is an area where profit taking makes too much sense. Do you understand? There's nothing else I can talk about besides there were better times to be taking longs on this asset. Composite operator acquired its position multiple times quietly, and now it's gone nuts. If it ever broke 102, you're probably thinking that right here, traders settled their lowest point August 12th. All the price action congestion 126 would be after 102, and then if you ever broke that, wow, look out, probably looking at 188 to $2. So, but that's just not that probable, man. Like, just look for taking longs, at area. Look, old resistance, support from 2018. It then became support again February of this year, and you got a big rally. And there was hidden bullish divergence, right? There was an edge on both oscillators, right? Hidden bullish divergence, RSI. Hidden bullish divergence, MACD, histogram, right? Impending price action continuation implied. You got it. Remember, we've been talking about a lot today. You're looking for daily hidden bullish divergence on back tests of old resistances as support. That's great strategic entry areas. Easy to manage risk too. What's up, Gavin Crown, man? Of course.
BTC USD. I gotta get out of here, but haven't gotten an ETA today.
USD. That might be a fake Gavin Crown. Right? Fake Gavin Crown? Thanks, man. Well, I mean.
Noise! Last year, almost to the day, BTC was at $4,000.
That's right, 38.67.
Textbook market manipulation to get everyone trading off emotion. Taylor just bought $15 million of $57,000. We are all a part of history, and there's a lot more coming our way. TGIF.
Sorry. Jay Middleton, thanks for the $25 super chat and the very, good words, right? The words that people are hearing, and it's like, oh, it's not like Rudy Poo. Thank you, man. Oh, Bitcoin US dollar, man. Well, if you spend this weekend consolidating, then you could start arguing classic Class A, Class B bearish divergence on both oscillators. But the good news is that time has not transpired, and there's so much time left for beautiful things to happen. It looks like this now, but I'm telling you, like, even in 12 hours, 24 hours, this could be green and we be at all-time highs. You just don't know, man. It's just too early to make a call on Bitcoin being at a top right now. It's too early. So anyone that you watch or whatever that's not me, and they're like, oh, it's the top cent or it's mooning, like, it's just too early, man. If you're talking about looking at charts and reading them, I think it's just, you need a little bit more data at these levels. Okay, give me like 5-6 more candles to say with certainty that it's bearish divergence. So I shouldn't even be having that plotted yet. I was just pointing out what could happen if you don't catch bids for a multitude of days going forward. But yeah, that's gotta keep going, man. Okay. You had 7 days in a row of green candles. You had yesterday was a red candle. What if you get another one? It's not really that big of a deal. There you go, Gavin, man. Everything's okay, man. Everything's gonna be all right. Maybe not for altcoins. Some of these altcoins, maybe not. So these altcoins, no matter what Bitcoin does, they're getting wrecked. Here is your 4-hour Gavin, man, or it might be fake Gavin, because I've never heard real Gavin ask for the Bitcoin US dollar pair, only the Canadian loonies. You're in the uptrend, clearly. Very, very nice established uptrend where your your heart line of the channel is being regarded as support. Dang, man. So you're in the upper section of the, you can call it a linear regression channel too. Some people like to say it fancy, how to say parallel channel, upsloping channel, whatever. And you're still just building that negative momentum. Oh, it's the real one, man! Man, okay, now I feel a little better, okay?
Gavin Crown tipped $250. Man, I only want BTC CAD.
This actually looks kind of better than the US dollar on the oscillator. I'm glad we're looking at it a little bit, right? I mean, there's no waning positive momentum yet. It just is fine. You're just hitting the old all-time high. And that's it. I guess, does the Bitcoin to Canadian dollar maybe on Capital, does it close or something? Because it's not moving at all. So I don't know how this works. It's weird because it doesn't go by universal time and it closes on the weekend or something. So anyway, you know what we got to do. We got to break 72,179. We break that, we could be off to 80K, or at least 75K, right? Every $5,000 to $10,000. 75K is a little different than all the other fives because it's like that quarter mark, you know, 25, 50, 75, 100. I would think that's where you're going next if we can break this 72 mark, which I don't even know, man. It's like, it's just following Bitcoin and the US dollar, I guess. All right, Gavin, man, we good? No big deal, and not really showing bearish divergence yet, not even close. So let's, but it looks like it's closed on the, I don't know, man. That's weird. It shouldn't be closed. That's what I'm saying. Like somewhere out there, there's Bitcoin to Canadian dollar that is not closed, certainly, and still going up and down. Well, Bitcoin Canadian dollar has not hit 75,000 yet. Now, based on this chart that we're looking at right now. The highest level of all time on this chart is $72,180.17 Canadian cents. Thanks again, Gavin, man, the real Gavin. Gavin, you showed some real nice mercy last night. He's a generous God, he says. Gab, yeah, it's a meme from 300, but also our Patreon chat, where he took it easy on Rob R, even though Rob R was asking for it. You're strong, Gavin. So anyway, back to that 4 hour. It's in the US dollar, Bitcoin. I mean, you just don't know how high this negative histogram could go. I mean, you're still at like 61, so you're still in bullish territory. It's bouncing off of it. But it does mean that you could definitely see lower prices, and it wouldn't be weird at this point. So you're hoping you pivot and you just keep going, and you lose the negative Momo, and then you start on higher prices. Maybe that's when you show a different histogram island, which would make me feel a lot better about what is actually real textbook looking bearish divergence, right, from one high to another. So it was diverging, but very little selling so far on that divergence, right? The diverging price and indicators. I don't understand. What do you mean? Is this a big shakeout? Look at the chart. How could you ever say this is a big shakeout? Unless you're looking at the 1 minute chart or 15-minute chart. It goes up, it goes down. The only thing that is bad about it is how awful the altcoins respond to these very minute sell-offs the Bitcoin's getting. Like, you know, $500 to $1,000 swings is what Bitcoin's getting a lot now, and that's not much. But the altcoins are reacting real bad, so you just gotta think about it. It's not what's been happening so much lately in this uptrend. Let's go, Gavin Crown. No mercy. I guess so, man.
$100. No mercy, honestly. guy called me egotistical. If I want to use my ego here, he's not worth my time. Don't play with small fish, I like the sharks. Anyways, I had to go last night, frown.
Get him a body bag, Gavin, man. Thank you for the 100, the 400 on the day. As, yeah, I mean, it could have been a more admirable fight if he wasn't baiting. I guess, yeah. But then again, maybe, I don't know, because you might have jumped on it if he wasn't. Who knows? I get you though. Thank you, man. I mean, like, we're all joking, having fun, good times, but I really appreciate the support. You know, you being an annual patron and everything, dude. Gavin, dude, there's one more, alright? I'm just letting you know. Just letting you know here. Gotta bring it up one more time on stream. The NFT. Okay? You could own this. Beautiful. I'm just kidding, man. But it's awesome, dude. Like, I didn't know what to expect. And this has only been minted for like 23 hours now. So we're going on the 24th hour and it's almost sold out. So I thought it would have been awesome in a 24-hour period. All 5 selling, but 4 or 5, very grateful. So again, to the owners, thank you, Adon, P Money, Nicolau, and Kyle Smile. All right. Did we get the request? I think we did. Been live for an hour and 45 minutes now. Dang, dude. Join the live stream, like button, but sub. Thanks. Yeah, we got film. Nice. So if everyone maybe have plans tonight with your significant others, your friends, and go out to eat and do stuff, have fun. If you're on the other side of the world, hopefully you're having a good Saturday. Whatever. Anyone can mint their own EFT, of course. Or mint their NFT, excuse me. Figure it out, man. Figure it out. On the NFTs. Yeah, you just don't want bearish divergence to develop. That would always be bad. But you just got to understand, you're in a parabolic run, you're fine, and your trend is not in jeopardy truly until you really fall below 45K, the previous discernible swing low on the daily. That's it. That's when you're in jeopardy of reversing the trend overall.
Thank you, Mitch.
Thank you, Paul Ann, for 326. Thanks, dude. Or
is that a joint?
Is that a giant? My, because Australian. Oh, man, good stream. Good stream. Thanks to 1421 still here, and thanks for the 658 likes. Thank y'all. So maybe if some crazy stuff happens this weekend, you know, I'll be back at a non-regular time. But if there's nothing crazy going on, I'll just see y'all tomorrow around the same time, you know, like we do every day. And thanks for the likes, love, support, contributions, everything in between. Gavin, thanks for that 400 today. And I'll be back. So until next time, respect the T. Hey.
is JP. I'm a robot. I like robots. I have a robot vagina.
Bow to your sensei. Bow to your sensei!
Adios, turd nuggets.